Off with a live shot of the White House this morning where President Trump awaits his fate surrounding that ongoing impeachment trial. Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 21st, and you're watching WGXA Morning News right here on Fox 24. President Trump's Senate impeachment trial begins today. It will be just the third time in our nation's history that a president will be tried for impeachment. Let's send things to Karen Cafo with all the latest. Good morning, Karen.
They got the pomp and the ceremony out of the way late last week, and so the next item on the agenda for the Senate will be to settle the rules of the road for this trial. Democrats unhappy so far with what they have heard from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, who appears to want to move this trial along rather quickly.
After days of previewing their cases in back-and-forth filings, the House impeachment managers and President Trump's legal team set to take the Senate floor. Tuesday will open in earnest, just the third presidential impeachment trial in the history of the U.S. and the first in more than 20 years.
This is going to be a complex trial with a lot of issues.
President Trump Monday night left the White House and Washington for the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Before House managers and the president's legal team offer opening arguments, Tuesday will bring a debate and a vote on the trial rules proposed by Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. McConnell's plan allows the two sides 24 hours each to make their opening arguments in two 12-hour sessions that could stretch into late-night hours, given the trial's 1 p.m. start time each day. It also puts off the question of witnesses until after those opening arguments. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer blasting the plan.
On something as important and serious as impeachment, Senator McConnell's resolution is a national disgrace.
To call any witnesses, Democrats would have to sway at least 4 Republicans to vote with them for a majority. The White House praised McConnell's proposal, saying it protects the president's right to a fair trial.
And if and when McConnell's resolution is adopted, it sets the table for opening arguments to begin tomorrow afternoon. If no Senate Republicans break rank and keep this process moving along the way McConnell has laid it out, it is possible that a vote on whether or not to acquit the president could come as early as the end of next week. Live on Capitol Hill this morning, I'm Karen Cafo. Now back to you.
Thanks for that, Karen. Well, Puerto Ricans are staging protests demanding that the island's governor resign. The protests come as a warehouse full of relief supplies were found from 2 years ago. We've got that story coming up. Plus, there's a follow-up from the Richmond, Virginia gun control protest. We've got all the details on the outcome from the demonstration and the posing questions that remains in gun control laws.
All right, good morning, Middle Georgia. It's another cold start to the day. In fact, I would call it freezing. Temperatures at or below freezing this morning to get the day started. Maybe you're heading out to the bus stop. Maybe you're heading off to work. It is cold outside. Make sure you're layering up, adding all the layers, the hats, the mittens, the scarves, the gloves, and the big winter jacket as well. Here's a look at the GDOT time lapse along Interstate 75 at US 80 in Cordele this morning. It's quiet as far as rain or fog, just the cold weather and the cold temperatures to contend with this morning. Here's a look at those temperatures across the area. Macon 25, that's the same in Gray this morning. The cool spot in Forsyth at 24. Down in Vienna 30, that's the same in Eatonton, Irwinton, Wrightsville, and over in Mount Vernon this morning 30 degrees. The warmer spots in Milledgeville and up in Sparta at 32 degrees. These temperatures will warm a little bit throughout the day, but overall, it's going to be a cold day despite the sunshine on top of us. Into the low 40s as we head into lunchtime through the afternoon. I think our high temperatures will be around 45 to 50 degrees for most neighborhoods. Here's a look at our headlines we're talking about over the next 15 minutes. We're sick of the cold already with 2 days in, so when does it warm up? I'll have details on when you can expect warmer temperatures across the mid-state. We're also tracking rain chances, whether or not they'll impact your weekend plans and how they'll impact our flood levels for across the areas, rivers, creeks, and streams. Those details in a few minutes.
All right, Carrie, well, with those cold temperatures in full effect, residents here in Middle Georgia will need to make an extra effort to stay warm. Just make sure you do it safely. When used incorrectly, space heaters, they can be dangerous. Crawford County Fire Chief Randall Pate advises everyone to not use extension cords, but to plug into the wall directly. Heaters require a lot of electricity to function properly, and most extension cords aren't rated to carry that electricity. Also, he suggests never leave kids alone while the heater's running, because if they run, fall, and grab that cord, it can cause heater burns, which are painful. To read more about heater safety, just head on over to our website, WGXA.tv. And let's go ahead and give you a live look into your cold morning commute. It's 7:05 right now, and our cameras are live along Gray Highway. Everybody seems to be rocking and rolling this morning. Not too many people out there on the roadways. Of course, if we hear of anything that is going to be slowing you down, oh, they're really making their way to work or school. That car right there that just passed us. And if we hear of anything that's going to be slowing you guys down, WGXA will be sure to be the first to let you guys know. And sticking with your local headlines, the Bibb County Sheriff's Office is investigating a fatal shooting that happened overnight in North Macon. Our very own Amaris Jenkins, she's live at that scene right now. So good morning, Amaris. What exactly can you tell us?
Good morning, Terrell. According to officials, this is the first homicide of 2020, and that victim has been identified. Macon-Bibb coroner Leon Jones has identified the victim as 37-year-old Michael Alvin Lewis, and that's all the information being given about Lewis at this time. Now, the incident took place at around 9:30 on Oak Hill Court in North Macon last night. Reports say a resident heard several shots fired from outside of his home. He then walked outside and found Lewis lying in his front lawn. Now, Lewis was reportedly shot several times. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, this fatal shooting remains under investigation this morning, and we are working to learn more about this and if Lewis lived in the area and how exactly this shooting happened. I'm Amaris Jenkins reporting live in North Macon. Back to you.
The gun issue now center stage in Virginia. I'm Christine Frizzell with a look at how it may play in 2020.